for 2 miles.
Good morning, it's the Civil Savage 76. I'm driving to work right now. I just wanted to have a brief discussion with you all before I go in and mix concrete all day in the hot sun. Fun. There's a reason why I came out with these channels. There's a reason why I came out with all this information that I present to you all. For those of you who have been following my content for the last few months, I really appreciate it. Everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, and engaging with my content even, I really do appreciate everything you do. And it does not go unnoticed. I also am not without critics, however. And, that is that I tried to have a vision for myself in life, and people don't recognize that vision, and they want to make fun of it. They want to downplay it. They do that to everybody. They take away what you have as gifts, and they want to pervert those gifts and invert those gifts. So just, anybody listening, I appreciate all the time you've taken to watch my channels. A lot of the content that I'm putting up is not without reason. I happen to come from a background where I've been well versed in deception. I've been well versed in lies and human covert affairs. I've grown up around a lot of secrets in my life. I've done things I'm not proud of. Going forward, every hand I had in my life growing up was wicked. It was a wicked hand. And the reason for that is
Half
because
a mile, keep left to stay on I-65 South.
the reason for that is because I grew up in a very high profile, powerful family. And what happens is people sabotage that. They try to take it away from you.
Keep left to stay on I-65
They
South.
try to pervert your life. They try to introduce things like girls and drugs and alcohol or anything that's going to throw you off your original course. So I became very rebellious, very down to earth. I was a very free spirit as a kid. I was even into skateboarding. I was into tie-dye t-shirts. I was into everybody loving each other and trying to just be good humans. But as I got older, I realized that that was anything but the case, and that my existence was inverted. Your existence was inverted. Everything we were taught was a lie. The government literally owns you and has you in bondage by law, and they are laws that you couldn't even see because they're called corporate bylaws. And what a corporate bylaw is when you take an original right that somebody has, and then what you do is you invert it. So the Constitution gives you civil liberties. However, admiralty bylaws created by municipalities, in other words, people acting on behalf of the British Crown, you actually don't fundamentally have those rights. They've actually been rescinded per the dicta of admiralty law and how that holds power over actual state rights. So now you're seeing what in the news? World War III is about to happen. Nuclear holocaust is about to happen. But then what happens? They bring up, things like abortion. Well, what was the abortion issue about? The abortion issue was about states' rights versus federal dominion over you through sovereignty, through admiralty law robbing you of your sovereignty. So this whole big fight that you're seeing right now, it's actually about states' rights and the preservation of national sovereignty. Growing up, I realized that the systems and the companies and the things all around us were designed, and they were designed in a deception. And now we are living out what are the real tangible results of buying into a system that basically funds in every way our exact bondage. All this stuff is actually in the Bible. You know, like God talks about buying you back from the slave masters, and he paid this ultimate price, and he paid all this money. He paid more money than the crooks paid to have you in servitude. So, you know, that's why I try to read the Bible. I try to be as positive as I can. I'm not always very positive. I can be very doom and gloom. But it's not without reason. It's really me trying to caution all of you into what the future is going to look like and how we must react to it if we want to preserve any kind of national sovereignty, populism, freedom of speech, the Second Amendment, the importance of states' rights. I mean, it's all coming down to the wire right now, and the proof is in the pudding for all to see. It's up to you to research the ingredients. I can't implore you day in and day out to go search the ingredients and go search what's actually out there, because anything on your TV, it was never gonna be honest. It was never gonna be honest. And the fact that we even thought for a second that things like television and cable TV and the news were actually ever going to be honest, that was a huge deception. And I just can't believe how much we've all bought into a lie. I even bought into the lie. I bought into the lie for a very long time. You know, I used to think that whatever was said by some fancy person in a suit and tie in a studio, you know, that was the person who had the best advice. And it's not true, because, you know, once you get money into the factor, people are willing to do anything for a good paycheck.
71 for Tennessee 253
you know, whether it's selling
East.
drugs, murdering people, or creating propaganda, whichever comes first, I suppose. But yeah, going forward, I just wanted to thread this back into what I originally said in the message today. It's that I'm not putting out all this information for no reason. It's because I've grown up in a way that allowed me to understand just how bad this country can get, and it's because of global transnational corruption. And I grew up in the underbelly of this environment. I know exactly what these people are like, these very wealthy, vindictive people. I grew up around very controlling, wealthy, vindictive, Harvard-educated people. And nothing that I put out is just for clout. I'm not a huckster. I'm not trying to make my lies sound precocious, because I'm not lying about the stuff that I put out. It's literally what I see, and I have a research method for how I do my research.
Take exit 71 for Tennessee 253
My
East.
research methods are actually quite unique, because I look at how many times a channel says a particular thing about what's going on, and then I track it through all the other channels. And if I get,
Take exit 71.
you know, 7 separate channels of what I go on, and they're all saying the same thing, well, 78% of the time,
quarter mile,
the
turn
mainstream
left
media
Tennessee
reports
253
on it.
East Concord Road.
The mainstream media reports on it, like, you know, what, 2 weeks later, and they come out with the official story, right? Well, I knew the quote-unquote official story many times before the news chose to actually come out and say it. So, this whole time, since 2020, I have literally, I hate to say that I told you so, but I fucking told you so. I didn't mean to be so rude. I really tried to maintain my composure there. I'm driving to work. It's looking like it's raining right now. I don't know how you're gonna mix concrete in the rain, but it is what it is. Nothing I say is without a reason. Nothing I say is in vain. I don't care if you give me money. I just want as many people as possible who are watching this to wake up, reject mainstream media BS, and to do your own research outside of the realms of things like Google, CNN, TED Talks, MSNBC, CNBC, all the rest of the alphabet networks. You need to drop it. You need to do your own tertiary research, because pretty soon here it's not going to be up to me. This was the Civil Savage 76. Thank you for watching. You all have a lovely day. I know I will. Motherfucker.